My name is Kylie Franson, and I am in MQM 221. For our project, we are supposed to find examples of organizational behavior in news articles. The article I chose is about how the Department of Labor is trying to require employers to allow tip sharing among employees. When I'm talking about all employees, I'm not only talking about the servers, but I'm also talking about the bartenders, the hosts, the cooks, and also the dishwashers. You might wonder how this relates to organizational behavior. When I provide my own insights, I will briefly discuss how it deals with job performance, respect, teamwork, motivation, bonuses, and employee turnover. After carefully reading this article a couple times through, I came up with the conclusion that I do not agree with it. I don't agree with what the author was saying, and I certainly do not agree with the DOL in this situation. I don't agree that the DOL should allow employers to require tip sharing among the employees. I personally don't have much experience when it comes to being a waitress, like an actual trained one. I do have a couple situations, though, that I can relate to in this. So back home, I used to go to community college a couple of years ago. I played softball there, and for our spring break trips, we were supposed to fundraise, and one of our fundraisers was being waitresses so that we could get the tips and we could get a percentage of the food and have a raffle and everything. So we would invite all of our family in and cater to them, serve them and everything. And the tips we received, we were supposed to put in a shared tip jar. So I personally think this is an unfair approach because in this opinion, I believe that all the tips that I got from waitressing the tables and bussing the tables and working at all the tables I should have gotten myself because other people just sat around and watched and didn't work as hard for the tips. Bartenders, cooks, hosts, and dishwashers all make minimum wage or more, but on the other hand, waitresses and waiters make way less. So, if this rule will go into effect, it might cause the job performance of the servers to decrease. Based on the integrated model of motivation, performance comes from personal value of rewards and performance contingency of rewards. If I was a waitress, the reward of receiving the full tip amount would make me perform the best that I could be. And that is on the personal value of rewards side. On the other side, I would like to think that hard work pays off in the end, and that is the performance contingency part of the reward. A server might not feel as respected if the shared tip rule will go into effect because it will make them lose most of their income, and it might cause them to lose motivation to do their job well. In this aspect, it's as if hard work does not pay off. I usually believe that teamwork does make the dream work, but unless other employees are helping the server does deserve to keep every cent that they earn. Bonuses to being a server is the tips that they earn, and taking that partially away from them is equivalent to taking away most of their income. If shared tips do become mandatory, I believe that it's only fair for a server to make as much as what a host, a bartender, or a cook would make as well. Right now, a waitress makes about $4 an hour plus tip equals minimum wage, which is what the rest of the employees make right now. If the rule goes into effect, a server will only make about $4 an hour plus the shared tips. This money is not enough to live off of, let alone even be comfortable. People apply to be a waitress and a waiter so that they can receive the pay and benefits of having the full amount of tips. But if that would be taken away from them, it might cause a big possibility of employee turnover. Although I've been listing all of the cons, a pro of shared tips could be positive if a server received a bad tip when they really deserved a bigger one. To wrap things up, I do believe that the rule should not go into effect. Servers deserve every cent that they earn.